And it looks like we are live. Good evening, friends. We are Dan and Faith coming to you from Charlestown, New Hampshire. And we are joined in our song swap this week by our dear friend Peg Espinola from Sudbury, Massachusetts. And Peg, it is so good to see you. It has been entirely too long. And Peg has, I think Peg has been to most of the parties up at our house, which, given that we've moved, an hour and a half from the next town over 3 years ago, it impressed the living daylights out of us. So,
yeah.
But we are happy to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. Can you hear me? No.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm still around. Okay.
Yep, you're all live.
I consider it a great pleasure and an honor to be on with Dan and Faith, and it is wonderful to see you. It's the next best thing to being at your house in New Hampshire and playing on your porch.
Yeah, we missed having other people over to play on the porch this summer, but hopefully next summer we'll have some gatherings up here.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
So we met Peg a lot of years ago
2007.
at UMass Boston.
In January.
At the reunion / intro to Sam W. Summer Acoustic Music Week. And I played Peg for one of my very first songs that day.
And I told you it sounded like a Unitarian hymn, did I not?
You did. And you asked me if I was Unitarian, and I said, well, actually, I'm atheist. And I seem to remember you said, well, right, but are you Unitarian? Well, it doesn't preclude the other. It's like, oh.
Which was our introduction to the Unitarian Church. So, yeah. But anyway, in honor of the fact that we met Peg through Sam W., this is for all of our Sam W. friends who we are missing dearly this year, as we were missing in 2011 when we couldn't be there too.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
In my mind I see the inn and rocking chairs, sit myself down in cool evening air. It's gathering time, yet I sit here alone. My heart aches to be there, my favorite home. Pull out my guitar, just another night. Sing my songs, try to play all right. In another town, and though the folks are kind, I long to be with you up there among the pines. 'Cause I'm homesick tonight for a place that's not my home, for a family I miss wherever I roam. When we're together, troubles depart. When we're together, strengthens the heart. Up by the lake, you're all gathered round, filling the air with joyous sound. Echoes of laughter, oh so divine. The sound of your singing, sweeter than wine. 'Cause I'm homesick tonight for a place that's not my home, for a family I miss wherever I roam. When we're together, singing with glee, when we're together, all can be free. I made my own choices, no cause to complain, but summertime skies starting to wane. As I look up at bright evening stars, I dream of that place where you all are. 'Cause I'm homesick tonight for a place that's not my home, for a family I miss wherever I roam. On the shores of a lake, buildings of wood, where I long to be, where I'm understood, where I long to be, where I'm understood.
I love everything that Dan and Faith sing together because their harmonies are so beautiful. And I can surely relate to that song.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
So what do I do now?
So it's
Well,
your turn to play
Your turn
something.
to play a song.
Okay.
So I'll bring you up on
So-
full screen and you go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. All right. Okay. This is weird. The only one I can see is me. So I thought, seeing as they sang that lovely song about missing our music camp through which we met, I'm going to sing my song about going there the very first time, called Blues Girl Blues. And I haven't sung it in a long time. So we'll see how it goes. I was trapped in my life, stuck in a rut, couldn't connect because my heart was tight shut. I had the blues girl blues. I had the blues girl blues. I had the blues girl blues, but I was a blues girl all the time. So I picked up the phone, grabbed my guitar, went to a place where every woman's a star. I took my blues girl blues. I took my blues girl blues. I took my blues girl blues. I was a blues girl all the time. Well, I learned to play blues, wrote me a song, got all my troubles and the people done me wrong. I lost my blues girl blues. I lost my blues girl blues. I lost my blues girl blues, but I'm a blues girl all the time. Now I wake up in the morning, blues in my head, riffing at the office, even riffing in the bed. I got the blues girl blues. I got the blues girl blues. I got the blues girl blues, and I'm a blues girl all the time. So if you want to be happy, here's what you do. Pick up the phone, call Sam W and get the blues girl blues. Lose your blues girl blues. Lose your blues girl blues, but be a blues girl all the time.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
I don't think I have either.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't played it in years, and I think that showed. But we're doing
That's
this
fun.
playing off each other, so you're going to get
Oh,
some
absolutely.
kind of rugged stuff here.
Yep,
Well,
exactly.
and that got us thinking about what to follow that with. And I'm holding something other than a guitar.
Yes. Exactly, because one of the first things that our very first year at SAMW, which was 2007, because after we went to reunion, it was like, geez, we got to go check out the entire camp. And one of the instructors there was the Reverend Robert Jones.
And he taught me to play harmonica.
Yep. And yeah, Robert's an absolute sweetheart, and he's responsible for a guitar lick in one of my songs.
It's not even blues song.
Not even a blues song at all. It just happened that he was teaching how to play up the neck, and it fit the song that I was working on at the time. And so Dan came home having learned how to play harmonica, which was pretty cool. And I really liked the sound of what he was playing on the harmonica, and I figured, well, I should write a song so that you could play some harmonica. And since it was blues harmonica, it probably ought to be a blues song. Now, I don't know anything about writing blues songs, but we had just learned about the 12-bar blues at camp, and he had learned how to bend. So, so we just started messing around. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I should turn this up so it can be.
That's probably pretty good.
Oh, yeah. My baby plays the blues harp. He learned the bluesy scale. So I wanna write a blues song so he can bend and wail, but I got the no blues blues. I do. I got the no blues blues. I got the no blues blues. Got no reason hard to write a blues song when you ain't got no blues. My baby, he's been faithful, ain't got no dog to lose. I got the no blues blues. It's so sad. I got the no blues blues. I got the no blues blues. Got no reason to be blue. My house has just been fixed up. My car runs just fine. My baby feeds me good food. He I me drink good wine. I got the no blues blues. It's true. I got the no blues blues. I got the no blues blues. Got no reason to be blue. Take it, baby. Not the greatest, there might have been blues there, but in high tech we all change jobs, like we change our underwear, and I'm back to the no blues blues. But a much better job, I still got the no blues blues. I got the no blues blues. Got no reason to be blue. Let's take it home. I got the no blues blues. Woo! I got the no blues blues. I got the no blues blues. Got no reason to be blue. Oh, that was so much fun.
It's always fun to play.
Yeah. And we got it, since I wrote that song, we have a few more blues these days, I'm afraid. But, yeah.
Yeah, at least it's fun to have that to look back on.
Yes.
We've played that on stage at camp a couple times. And
Yep.
that's also fun.
Did that with a band one year. That was ridiculous.
I remember when you first introduced that song. It's always been a favorite of mine. I love
Yeah,
it.
that would,
Very
and I can always tell when we're out on the road and we play that if people are really listening to the lyrics, because if they start giggling hysterically, I know they're listening.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got for us, Peg?
Well, I think I can segue into my song, "The Two Pandemics." It's not a blues in form, but it certainly is a blues in terms of its subject matter. I started off just making this be a kind of snarky reply to my marvelous children who love me dearly and who want me to stay well. And so they've started parenting me with a vengeance. And this is true for my entire generation of friends, that our children are now concerned about us, and rightly so. But then things happened, and it became a different song, sort of bait and switch. It's called "The Two Pandemics." This doggone plague has crimped my style. Haven't seen my kids in quite a while. They tell me, "Mom, please toe the line." Hey, they've got their lives and I've got mine. I wear a mask, I know the drill. So if I'm sick, won't make you ill. And my Perel, I've got that too. Now I can shop like young folks do. I'll grab some fish and some TP. Then pick up kale, it's good for me. I'll take my place in the checkout line, then go straight home, and I'll be fine. My kids would suffer were I to die, so I watch TV, let the world pass by. But then George Floyd, cop stops his breath, and I must protest his wrongful death. I hope I live to see the day when COVID-19 fades away, and the other plague with roots so long, I pray we finally right the wrong. We'll face the past, admit our shame, learn how we white folks are to blame, then work for true equality and build a world where all breathe free. We'll build a world where all breathe free.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent. And yeah, the world has changed quite a bit, and yeah, we're all perfectly content to stay inside, and then the political world happened. So, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I've posted a few times. It's like, we're going to vote in person because, like, the fear of losing country is trumping, pardon the word.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
please.
fear of
And the fear of having
COVID.
the post office accidentally lose things is kind of trumping the. We were originally going to vote absentee because we do that a lot because we're out on the road usually. We actually voted absentee in the
in primaries.
presidential primaries because we were in Florida. But yeah, this time we're gonna just mask up and hose ourselves down with hand sanitizer
Yeah.
and head downtown.
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do. And we did that actually in the local primaries as well.
Yep, we did.
And they were very good. Everybody was masked up, and most folks were. The person that people we interacted with most closely were all masked up, which was good to see.
Yep.
Yay.
So, well, we're going to key off of something at the tail end of that song and go on the political side here.
Yep. And this one is very new. I think this is the first time Dan's ever performed it with me because I did it. I did it live myself. Emma Rice playing with a toy gun in the park. Sneak out, say his name. Officers arrive, shot him 2 seconds later. Something's gotta change. Eric Garner selling loose cigarettes. Speak out, say his name. Police took hold, meant he couldn't breathe. Something's gotta change. Blacks have been asking for 400 years, pleading, working, hoping. How many more black deaths will it take for white eyes to open? Stefan Clark on the phone at Grandma. Speak out, say his name. Cop who shot him thought the phone was a gun. Something's gotta change. Tatiana Jefferson gaming with her nephew. Speak out, say her name. Shot through the open door check. Something's gotta change. Blacks have been asking for 400 years, pleading, working, hoping. How many more black deaths will it take for white eyes to open? Breonna Taylor sound asleep in her own bed. Speak out, say her name. Shot on a search warrant at the wrong address. Something's gotta change. George Floyd's 20 appeared to be counterfeit. Then speak out, say his name. George stopped breathing with a knee on his neck. Something's gotta change. Blacks have been asking for 400 years, waiting, working, hoping. How many more black deaths will it take for white eyes to open? Something's gotta change. Very new.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. You got them all in there. A lot
No,
of them.
I-
Now
I-
you didn't
I-
get all of them in there.
No,
You couldn't
I-
possibly.
I could still be singing until tomorrow morning if I
Right.
try to get them all in. But
Yeah.
I went and found the ones that I considered to be at the time the most egregious,
Yeah.
and
No.
and the ones where they're unarmed people. So,
Yeah.
And that one actually we're going to be taking part in a gathering on the
The steps of the.
steps of the State House in New Hampshire on October 17th from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. It's a topical songwriters gathering. To
Wonderful.
And that's one of the two songs that we'll do.
Yeah. So we figured we should start working on it now. It's still a little rough, but yeah, it's open to any songwriters if anybody's.
I think he's pretty much got the list.
I
now.
think the list
Yeah.
is mostly solidified, but if anybody has interest, let me know and I can pass your name on to Chris.
That's up in Concord.
Yeah,
Yep,
Concord,
yes.
New Hampshire.
By the way, I messed with my sound a little bit in terms of the volume. Am I still about right?
You sound great.
Sound great on this?
Okay, good. Well, that's a good segue then. Something's got to change. And there's a way that you can be part of the change. And I'm actually a member of my state Democratic Town Committee, have been since 2007 when I decided something really had to change. And now I'm the head of the Biden campaign for my little town, Sudbury, but in connection with Metro West for Boston. It's really not that big a job, so forwarding emails mostly. But I was asked to write a song during the primary campaigns, and I wasn't ready to write a song for a particular person, even though I had my favorite. So I wrote a song called "I'll Be Voting for the Donkey in the Fall," and that was about that's to the tune of "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain when she comes." So then the primary came to pass, and we nominated Joe Biden. So then I wrote, "I'll be voting for Joe Biden in the fall." Now he has a running mate. In fact, after this is over, I'll be geared to see the debate of the vice presidential candidates. So I had to get her in, and that verse is a little new, and the tune's a little new. So this is called "I'll Be Voting Biden-Harris in the Fall," and I'll be voting Biden-Harris probably in the next few days. When my ballot comes, I'm going to do a mail-in, but drop it at the town clerk's office. So I think it'll be okay. And now I wish I could post my words on the screen, and then if you're watching this, you could sing it. Maybe I'll put the words in the chat, so if you tune in later, you can sing along with me. As long as we don't have to hear you because of that delay. I'll be voting Biden-Harris in the fall. For our people, country, earth, I'll heed the call. Now that both are in the saddle, they are busy doing battle, and we're voting Biden-Harris in the fall. We can't suffer 4 more years of 45, watching all our treasured values cast aside. With his racist, sexist tweeting, his incompetence and cheating, we can't suffer 4 more years of 45. Joe has empathy, integrity, and heart. He'll surround himself with people who are smart. He'll let truth and science bind us. Better times again will find us, and he'll stop the forces driving us apart. Biden picked the most appealing running mate. She's intelligent, she's gutsy, she is great. She will add a new perspective, make our platform more effective. I'm so glad we have Kamala on the slate. I'll be voting Biden-Harris in the fall. For our people, country, earth, I'll heed the call. Now that both are in the saddle, we'll make 45 skedaddle as we vote for Biden-Harris in the fall. Let's all vote for Biden-Harris in the fall.
Yeah.
Commercial over. By the way, there was input from two people. Dorothea Juno Johnson did not want me to use the T word in the song because it triggers her so. She's in my songwriting group. And John McLean came up with we'll make 45 skedaddle. I love that. Thank you, John. Thank you, Dorothea.
That was a good line.
That was the line that cracked us up the most. So
Yes.
Thank you, John.
That was a
and
good
definitely
line.
Thank you, Dorothea. I understand your feeling completely. So, I miss those guys.
Yeah. More friends we don't get to see.
I know it.
Yep.
One of these days, definitely.
One of these
Yeah.
days.
Yep.
Things will get better at some point.
We're going to have a heck of a party when this is all over.
Yep.
And there will be music.
And there will be homemade bread.
Oh, there's
Oh,
always
well,
homemade
there-
bread.
And this,
I don't know if you saw the pictures from yesterday.
yeah, he did English muffins.
I didn't see those yet.
Oh,
Dan.
yeah.
It's the
I've
first
been-
time I've tried it. I got to work on the recipe some. They're quite
For
edible.
a first
but-
pass, it's fabulous.
Good.
And they are the perfect thing to put raspberry jam on.
Oh,
Actually,
Not
peach,
jam
or
and
blueberry.
blueberry. That's right. We
We've-
didn't have
we didn't
raspberries.
have enough raspberries this
Yeah.
year, but we made peach and blueberry.
So, yep.
sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
wonderful.
All right. So, back in over the summer, we lost a real hero of mine and of a lot of people's, a icon of the civil rights movement, John Lewis. And when he passed away, I was inspired to write this. I'm trying to remember where I started, though. I think the last line of, yeah, it's going to be G-A-A-D. Ready? Walk with the wind, John Lewis said. Walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Follow your heart, stand up for your beliefs. Fear is a prison until you start to speak. It's time for us to march and have our say. Love in our hearts, leading the way. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said. Walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Hate has no place, no matter the price. Stand and be counted, though there be sacrifice. In the darkest hours of the longest night, raise your voice, march to the light. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said. Walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Now he's marching with Martin and Gandhi too, with all of the heroes who showed us the truth. They all got in trouble, good trouble I'm sure. The train of change is coming, climb aboard. In the city and the country, young and old are rising. Black and white and brown, joining hands, raising our voices, we start to sing. Bells chime and freedom rings. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said. Walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Walk with the wind, John Lewis said. Walk where others fear to tread. Change is coming day by day. Find good trouble, walk with the wind. Find good trouble, walk with the wind.
Yep.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's my newest finished song, or somewhat finished song.
Yeah.
Still.
That one
Working
came
it up.
when the day after he died. The New York Times.
Actually, the day of his
The
funeral.
day of his funeral, the New York Times published
A full page.
an article that John Lewis himself had written and asked them to publish when he died, and a lot of this was taken from that article.
Yeah, I think I actually read that in the Times. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
That they did that and that he did that. Of course, now the Times and the Globe have both come out officially for, I believe, for Joe
They
Biden.
have, for Joe Biden, they have indeed.
Yeah, I don't know about the Washington Post. I'm sure it has. I mean, there's no question what they
I-
think.
Washington Post, if they haven't come out for Biden, I will be stunned.
No, I'm sure they have. I don't know.
They,
I try to watch it.
they were
well-
the first newspaper he tossed out on their ears, so I
Yeah,
fully expect they're
no.
coming out for Biden.
No, there's
That's
that.
been a joy for me, actually, to start getting the Post during the pandemic.
Oh, it's a fabulous
We
paper.
get we,
yeah.
we subscribe to the Post and the Times electronically,
So do I.
and actually, I think the Post has probably better editorial content.
Yeah, they're
and
great.
and arguably better editors. The New York Times used to be better.
She's
at,
not the gray lady that she used to be.
yeah, I mean, I
No.
find typos and I find like
Oh dear.
errors, like just like minor things, but it's like really, the Times always was better than that.
Yep.
So
Well, I can still tell because the Globe publishes a lot of things from the Times, and when I'm reading along, if I haven't noticed, I always know when it's the Times because the style is still fantastic. So
Yep.
I was the daughter of a newspaper woman, so I'm
Mhm.
kind of attuned to that.
Nice.
Well, I don't have anything that can follow that song, and it's the same type of thing.
So feel free
so
to
I'm
go
gonna
off in
jump-
a different
I'm gonna-
direction.
Jump in another direction, and maybe that will cause you to jump in a different direction. But it's one of my newer songs, and people have gotten a kick out of it. I think, Faith, you said you liked this song. This came out of my being on the wonderful Facebook page called the Unitarian Universalist Hysterical Society. It's you jokes, pretty much. And Unitarian Universalists really do like to make fun of ourselves. We need to because we're so bloody earnest sometimes. And I did a spoonerism trying to explain myself, in which I instead of saying I was a Buddhist Jewish Unitarian, I said I was a Judas Boo. I thought, hey, that's kind of neat. I think I'll write a song called Judas Boo. I have always felt a little apart from people in terms of my background, which is pretty chaotic and strange, as you'll see from this song, but it all ended up well enough. Judas Boo is spelled Juudhist and then Bu. I'm a Buddhist Unitarian and also proudly Jew. I meditate each morning and I pray for me and you, and people whom I barely know, and some I would eschew, and all the beings in our world and other planets too. My parents said we're Jewish, and the Jewish was okay, yet we celebrated Christmas like it was our holiday. And in the spring no Seder, but an Easter basket gay. While Jews that name our rituals my folks had cast away. I chose to go to Hebrew school, then found it most unfair that while I toiled my Gentile friends could play without a care. In summer there was Quaker camp, then Christian Science too. But in my bones I realized that I was still a Jew. I married a lapsed Catholic and we entered on a quest to find a house of worship that would help us be our best. Religion based on reason, making do without the rest. and we could choose which holidays to celebrate with zest. That would be Christmas, of course, and Passover, the fun ones. We joined the local UU church, it served us very well. Community, shared values, and no talk of heaven or hell. But I've known angst and suffering which mere reasoning could not quell. So I joined the Buddhist Sangha where we're silent at the bell. As Jew I would repair the world, that's what we call tikkun. As Buddhists practice kindness, with the knowledge we are one. My UU church embraces both when all is said and done, and adds a third identity called Unitarian. I am a Jewish Buddhist and a Unitarian. It may sound strange, but I insist it really can be done. So many pathways lead to truth, why must we choose but one? Indeed, I sometimes think my quest has only just begun.
Yes, I love that song.
I enjoyed writing it.
Oh, I bet. And yeah, being a raised Episcopal, married into a non-practicing Jewish family that has Catholics and Unitarians and I felt like I was right at home. And when I first heard that song, I was like, oh my God, that's my religion.
Well, I had a colleague, actually he'd been a priest in the Episcopal Church. He was gay, and at the time I think that was a no-no, but he wasn't out really. But he said, I like Episcopalianism because the music is really great and you can believe whatever you think, whatever you want. I'm not sure that was really true, but he thought it was.
Well, and then, Bishop Robinson up in I think up here in New Hampshire, the Episcopal bishop who was the first openly gay Episcopal bishop, which darn near tore the church apart, I think. But
yes.
But I was really proud of my church for having done that. This is the church that I stepped foot into. I am a good, poinsettia and Easter lily. I go to church, go to visit my sister, and she's going to church. So, but our church is out in the woods. So.
Well, that was my father. Maybe I'll get that song there sometime.
Yeah. But yeah, so that one has always. The first time I heard that song, I fell madly in love with it. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah.
We thought we'd follow that with a song that is a bit of a prayer, but a little hopeful song.
Yeah.
Come in fear, we come in pain, shedding tears like falling rain. But through it all, it's clear to see the light of love will set us free. The darkest night, cold and alone, we gather in this humble home. As morning breaks with rising sun, raise our voices, sing as one. In this place, this quiet place, filled with memories, filled with grace. The ground below, blue skies above. There is wisdom, there is love. Beauty all around us, there is hope upon the breeze. All depends on where you focus, it's all in what you see. Celebrate the richness, sunshine and rain. Join in friendship, hope replaces pain. In gentle harmony we sing along. Building community, a common song in this place, this quiet place, filled with memories, filled with grace. The ground below, blue skies above. There is wisdom, there is love. In this place, this quiet place, filled with memories, filled with grace. The ground below, blue skies above. There is wisdom, there is love. There is wisdom, there is love.
Beautiful.
Simple grace.
And where is that place? Any
Pretty
place.
much, yeah.
In your
Right
heart.
inside.
Very lovely.
Yeah.
And before you, just want to say hello to a couple of folks, because hi to my brother Kevin and Ann Higby. Good to see you, Ann. And don't know who Live Music is, but they pop in every now and again and
Yeah.
say hello and send out the word about our show. So thank you for that. And Debbie Kiter Moore, miss you, Deb. And Chris Studbridge, I seem to remember you've actually gotten out on the road, so or are close to it. So bravo, good to see you guys.
Yeah. So we can see a few folks chatting in, which is nice.
Which is awesome.
And there are people
I
listening.
don't think I can, right? I'd have to go to my Facebook page. Would that be?
It's
where-
actually on your screen, but if you have it configured right, but don't worry about it
But
for
I
now.
don't.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I'll do it later.
It's all positive.
It's a bit of a distraction. That's great.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
certainly
I would
is that.
hope.
A good distraction.
Good
This
distraction.
is the most unrehearsed set I've ever had, though. I have to
Well, that's
say.
part of the fun of doing
But
in
that
the rounds.
is, yes.
Yeah, it's the whole
Okay.
point of the in the rounds is
Yeah,
where
I
do
can't
go
do the
next?
more challenging things without rehearsing, but so I won't. All right, so this is actually the first song I ever wrote, and it's sort of in the theme now. We're on a kind of theme of prayer and spiritual kinds of things and religious background. So I had gone to Sam W. in 2002 and 2003, and I just loved it. And I took performance with my old friend Peggy Seeger, and I took voice with Charles Williams, who's an amazing former Met singer. I took blues. I took guitar, Scott Ainsley, but I didn't actually get better at these things. So I decided I'd try something I'd never done, because then for sure I would get better, because I'd never done it. And everyone said, well, if you take Bob Franke, you will write a song. And indeed I did. And he has an amazing way of teaching. He asks you for a song you wish you'd written and why. And then he gives you a unique assignment based on what you said. And my assignment was simply to look up at the stars and then write a song. Well, there were no stars that night, but I thought about looking up the stars, and this song just came to me. It was the easiest song I ever wrote. So I thought it was going to be a piece of cake, this songwriting business. Not so. It's called The Gardener's Song. My father was an atheist. He didn't believe in God. He would not go to a temple or church. He preferred to play in the sod. His garden was his temple. He said it was no sin. His tomatoes and his beans, his flowers and his greens, were religion enough for him. Now I loved my dad, but not his ways. I had too many questions inside, like where did the good and the bad come from, and what happened when you died. So I left him in his garden, and to churches I did run. I tried a few and then became a Unitarian. My father lived a great long time, of ills he had his share. His garden was a potted plant he could tend from his wheelchair. He did not like what he could see as he searched the path ahead. So he thought and thought and thought some more, and this is what he said. I can't believe there won't be me when my days on earth are done. But I've done the math and there's just no room for us all to be reborn. So I think that I'll become a star way up in the midnight sky. And you'll be able to wave at me as I am passing by. So when I look at the stars at night, I think that I can see my Father gazing down on us from his place in the galaxy. He never knew my grandkids, nor bounced them on his knee. But at least as long as I'm alive, he'll be alive in me.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I like it.
I don't think I heard that.
No.
Oh, I played that
Awesome.
a lot.
Well, this
In
is
the
part of
past.
the fun. Yeah, this is part of the fun of doing these in the rounds. Is, it causes people to play things that we might not have heard.
I know. It's great.
That's
We've
true.
heard a lot of songs that we've never heard before.
Yeah.
It's just part of why we keep inviting people.
Yeah. So we were trying to decide on which direction to go from that. So Faith went out on this one.
Because Dan was, and rightly so, he has a song for his father that we've been doing a bit.
Oh.
but,
And
That's
it
great.
actually has a line in about, you're now a distant star. So it's like it has some of the
Yeah.
same theme.
Huh.
but we've also been doing it a lot lately.
That's true. And so we decided instead to play off the garden theme. And we've done a lot of gardening this summer. And
More than we've done since we've moved up here, actually.
so
And if anybody needs broccoli, let us know.
the broccoli just keeps coming, which is great. You cut it off and it puts out more shoots and more heads. And
First year we've ever had a decent broccoli crop. It's awesome.
we have tons of kale, which makes an appearance in this song.
True.
In fact, it starts the song.
Yeah.
So we thought we would go a little bit light and fun. And this is a bit about our diet. Ready?
Yep.
Raw kale salad, steamed collards too. That's what we vegans call comfort food. Black beans served, top brown rice. Jalapeno peppers make it taste so nice. For us, it's nature's very best.
And chocolate.
Fresh baked bread from whole grains. Salad greens still damp from the rain. Mushrooms broiled from the grill. Fresh basil from the windowsill. For us, it's nature's very best.
And chocolate.
You can have your sugar-laden treats if that's what you really want to eat. There's always something fresh and new in the land of vegan comfort food. Carrots and parsnips all in a stew. Add in turnips, sweet potatoes too. Serve with a salad and asparagus. Nobody starves when they eat with us. For us, it's nature's very best. And chocolate. You can have your sugar-laden treats if that's what you really want to eat. There's always something fresh and new in the land of vegan comfort food. Eating local from the farm, it's healthier and it does less harm. It's rich food with lots of zest. For us, it's nature's very best, like fresh fruit smoothies.
Corn on the cob.
Fresh pig tomatoes and rich dark chocolate.
And yes, that was a
Oh,
love song
I love
for
that
me.
song. I love that song. And I could sing along at least on the refrain.
Well,
And chocolate.
That's the most important part of the song. isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Unfortunately, up until age 12, I could not eat chocolate. Then I could
Yeah.
eat chocolate from 12 to 52. Do you see a hormonal?
Mm.
And then
yeah.
my allergy came back, but not as bad. But then it gave me a headache. So
Ah.
since then, I've not been able, which is very sad. So I
Yeah.
have two songs, both having to do with food. And so I'm going to sing the first one because I didn't retune and the capo is in the same place. This one has some food in it. It's called Dottie Old Girl. And a lot of my songs do have to do with getting old. I haven't sung them tonight, but I have a whole bunch. And then I have a whole bunch about middle-aged dating. I haven't sung any of them. I think I probably won't. Anyway, this is called Dottie Old Girl. Dottie is a sort of English word for, you're losing it. I'd rather not be Dottie and in diapers. Sometimes I think I'd sooner die instead. So I do my puzzles taking go biloba and exercise by standing on my head. Well, I used to. I really like the life that I am living. But time, it just keeps knocking at my door. It gobbles up my pleasures, it eats them one by one, and then it comes right back and asks for more. Once I could swill tequila with abandon and dance a wild fandango with the best. I tried cuisine from Mexico or Cuba, then put my lover's prowess to the test. But such delights are sadly far behind me. I ponder as I sip my decaf tea. It's hard without a doubt to plan an evening out when you are dairy, soy, and gluten free. My friends, I'm not bereft. I cherish what is left. For living, I still have a healthy end. So after every loss, although I know time's boss, I ante up and play my cards again. I'd rather not be Dottie and in diapers, but now I see it coming down the pike. The search for names, for nouns, for keys, for glasses are symptoms that I very much don't like. I'll leave the other half to your imagining and end my tale of suffering with this plea, that when I'm finally Dottie and in diapers, if you're still here, oh please be there for me.
I love it.
Love it. And that caused quite a bit of discussion here about what to follow that with.
And then you got to the last line of the song, and we knew exactly
And it
what
worked.
to follow it with.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
and by the way, if you make it up into the Keene, New Hampshire area, the Farm Cafe is open again, which is at the Toadstool Bookshop. They're open 3 days a week.
Takeout. at the
Takeout
moment,
only.
But,
Yeah.
But they can handle dairy-free and gluten-free and no soy.
and,
Well-
the baked goods
Are
are
to die
off the
for.
charts amazing, and you would not know that they were gluten-free or dairy-free or egg-free.
Well,
And-
I've added gluten back in, but not so much. And soy, not, unfortunately, if you can't do legumes, and I can't, you're not going to become a vegan anytime soon.
It certainly puts a crimp in,
Yeah.
in veganness, shall we say.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're coming close to the hour, but we're going to do one
Ah.
more song each.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
going to do another round.
Because
All right.
we're having fun and
Exactly.
the time is
We
flying.
are.
Yeah, Dan looked at me at the beginning of the last round. He's like, "Oh my God, we're almost through." It's like, no, we're not.
We'll just go a little over.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, based on the last line of Peg's song, this seemed appropriate.
When the road trips you up, brings you down, turns your smile into a frown, call me up, I'll come around, I'll be there for you. When the daylight fades to night, When the shadows cause you fright, I'll be there to hold you tight. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you. When autumn leaves begin to fall, when you're feeling down and small, you know who you can call. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you. When winter skies turn dark and gray, when the blues won't go away, you can call me any day. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you. When we're old and moving slow, there is something you will know. There will always be that glow. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you. When you need me, I'll be there. I'm the one who'll always care. No need to cry or fear. I'll be there for you.
I hadn't heard that one. That one's just lovely.
That's on the new album. You know, I've been hearing a metronome sort of thing on a couple of the songs. I finally figured it's the button on my sleeve.
Whacking against the guitar.
I was trying to figure out, it's like the last song that I did on the with a pick. It's like, how is that like this metronome coming in? It's like, oh, it's me. So I finally figured it out.
You know what it is? I have mine rolled up.
I think
it's the second
the
button.
second one is like not even buttoned and it's flapping down.
I don't have that.
I normally roll the sleeves up and I forgot.
Yes, I always take my watch and put it on my left hand because otherwise it's hitting the guitar.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting that you chose that song because I wanted to sing this one anyway, and I think it relates. The two of you are a lovely couple, and by the way, people should not take my songs literally necessarily. I never took Ginkgo biloba, and some of that other stuff in that last song was pure
Never
fantasy.
get the truth. Let the truth get in the way of a good story. Yes.
So this one also is tongue-in-cheek. It's called A Perfect Egg. And I made it up in the kitchen because I realized that I have my rituals. And that's where it started. So to make yourself a perfect egg, mark well what I do tell 'em. First choose one from a free-range hen, her yolk so firm and yellow. Breathe in, breathe out, then tap the shell right smartly without quaking, and you will have a perfect egg to fry with ham or bacon. Now women, for a perfect life, mark well what I do tell. 'Tis best in matters of romance to choose a free-range fellow, the kind who sets your soul ablaze, for whom your body's yearning, and then the both of you must stoke the fires and keep them burning. Yet truth I'll not forsake, my yokes they sometimes break, and blissful dreamers often wake to grieving. They say that heaven's nice, but earth must suffice, until it finally comes our time for leaving. Meanwhile I've learned that broken yolks make omelets worth eating, and kindness leads to lasting love, though passion may be fleeting. Perfection is a lofty goal that some of us will strive for, yet scrambled yolks and scrambled dreams bring much to stay alive for. Yes, scrambled yolks and scrambled dreams bring much to stay alive for.
That's great.
I love it. And Debbie Kida Moore says that the free range fellow made her laugh. So
Oh, good.
made her laugh out loud.
Good.
Uh,
By the way, I do think that passion and kindness can go along together, and they can both
absolutely.
last a long time.
Amen.
If you stoke the fires and keep them burning, but you have to do that.
That's right.
Yep. Absolutely. So we'll do one more song each. We'll run a little long today.
Each?
Yeah.
Us as one, and you guys, and you as
Yeah, I
one.
understand.
Yeah.
I thought that was my last time. Okay,
Well,
go ahead.
you haven't done your hearing song.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Oh my goodness.
So you have to do that after. We'll do
Okay.
one more, and then you do
Okay.
that. That's part of why we're going to do another round.
Oh,
I knew you needed
okay.
to do that song.
Thank you. You're right. I do because, yes, Christine.
Yep.
Yes, I said I would.
Hey,
All right. So we'll play off of the breakfast
theme.
part of that.
Okay.
So I just have to remember where this one starts. Probably the E minor.
I think so.
Yeah. Just let you find it, and
Got it.
gotta get the bass player indexed.
Yeah.
This old road paved with dirt, wild berries for dessert, been coming here all of my days. On this wooded mountain top, don't need calendars or clocks, sunlight on the trees shows the way. A simple cabin in the woods, built with sweat, built with good, hard work to realize a dream. Simple things, fresh starts, quiet places, pure heart, steady hands, sturdy beams. And those quiet Sunday mornings, cabin still, coffee's perking, dawn reveals another perfect day. Old creaking cabin floors, hinges sigh for open doors, troubles of the world so far away. Another summer turns to fall, balloons give one last call and sail away on majestic wings. Through winter's cold and dark, snow is deep, trees stand stark, cabin waits for another spring. And those quiet Sunday mornings, cabin still, coffee's perking, dawn reveals another perfect day. Old creaking cabin floors, hinges sigh for open doors, troubles of the world so far away. It's been years since you left us, and it hasn't been the same. The cabin misses your touch on those weekends when you came. And those quiet Sunday mornings, cabin still, coffee's perking, dawn reveals another perfect day. Old creaking cabin floors, hinges sigh for open doors, troubles of the world so far away. On those quiet Sunday mornings, I miss you most of all. From my dad.
So we got
That's
Dan's dad in
lovely.
there after all.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
you
was-
did.
That was 5 years of writing songs to get to that one.
Yeah.
That was the one that let me finally say goodbye after
Yeah,
he passed.
wow.
So,
Yeah.
Did you say dirty feet in that song? Or did I think you said dirty feet?
I mumbled
Early-
a word somewhere early on.
Yeah.
Built with
Perfect
sweat,
Day.
built it good, hard work to realize a dream. I don't think dirty feet were in there.
Okay. I heard it. I thought that's great because you go barefoot
Oh,
in a place like
sturdy
that.
beams.
Sturdy
beams.
hands, sturdy beams.
I'll tell you, I'm
Yeah.
not wearing my hearing aids because
Well, this is a perfect intro.
This is a perfect intro. Okay. So I wrote the song when I didn't have hearing aids. Now I can't wear them because with the mask I can't, and with these I certainly can't. The earbuds. So I actually have gotten to know Christine Lavin a bit, and she had the same experience I did. That she put it off and put it off and put it off, and then finally she got them. So I said, well, I did the same thing, and now I have this song which talks about, you'll see, about not having them. So she added the last verse. Okay. I'm a little bit deafer than I used to be. What's that you're saying? Are you talking to me? But when I cup my ears, I can hear you just fine. Haven't bought those aids yet, haven't crossed that line. I'm a little bit shorter than I used to be. 4 inches shorter, that's a whole new me. I need a front row seat, can't see over the crowd. When my Sam gets a basket, that makes me proud. I'm a little bit wiser than I used to be. I guess I'm learning it's not all about me. Now don't you get me wrong, I still speak my mind, but I listen more now and try to be kind. There's gains and losses as the world turns round, but I don't stay blue long. Heck, I'm above the ground. So when you see me coming, speak loud and slow, and grab us a couple of seats in the very first row. Then we'll sit right back and we'll have some fun. Cause we may be older, but we're not quite done. Yes, we may be older. Then I got even deafer than I used to be. I really didn't know that you were talking to me. So I made a call, finally crossed that line. Got me some hearing aids, now I hear just fine. Got me some hearing aids. I said, I got hearing aids. Hearing aids. Do I have to tell you 10 times?
Faith hadn't heard it the
I
other
had
night.
not heard this.
Oh, you hadn't? Okay.
That's great.
Isn't that great?
That's
I mean, I
awesome.
love the last verse. It makes me
And,
song.
and actually, other than the getting of the hearing aids, that reminds me so much of my mother.
Oh, and so many of us. She never
Yeah.
got them? Did she ever get?
She never, well, she could never afford them. But
Oh, yeah.
when I was in my teens, I met my uncle for the first time. I never even knew I had an uncle. It was her
Oh.
brother. And we went down to visit my aunt and uncle in Alexandria, Virginia. And my uncle was retired military. And the military had bought him a pair of glasses that had this sort of passive thing figured into them.
Tube.
A tube that
Yeah.
ran from one ear through the glasses, across the frame, and into the other ear, because he was pretty much deaf in one ear and not in the other.
Mm.
And he said, these help, give me the sound from that side of my head, and my brain just fixes it for me. And he said, he took them off and handed them to my mother and said, here, try these. And my mother put them on. And first of all, the prescription was almost the same as hers, which was
Oh,
kind
no
of freaky.
kidding. Wow.
And she popped the things in, and he's sitting on her bad side, and he said something to her, and she about jumped out of her skin because she said, I heard you say that. And
Yeah.
she was the one who, I came in one day to tell her that the gas cap on her car had disappeared, and I walked in and I said, Mom, your gas cap is missing. And she looked at me and said, my ass cap is missing. And she, believe it or not, and I don't know why she was thinking this because she's not a musician, but she was thinking ASCAP.
Oh, ass cap. Oh, that's so funny.
Which is not what
We were not thinking that.
I'm sure.
Oh. And her hearing just it was a source of entertainment in our family. So Wolf. Yeah, sitting there at the dining room table, and nobody had said a word, and she looked at me and went, Wolf?
Woof.
So, what? She's like, you said wolf. I'm like, no, I didn't. So she didn't hear what we did say, and she did hear what we didn't say. So,
Yeah.
so
my
yes,
dad he had some interesting. He was in a Catholic nursing home, and he said, "This is the day. It's a very special day, St. Patrick's Manor, when they dress the saint." And I'm like, they dress the saint? Yeah, you know, the statue outside, they dress the saint. So that was bless. I kind of like that. Anyway,
Well, I don't
Saint's
know.
been naked all that time, apparently.
In Boston, they dress up the ducklings.
Oh, the ducklings get,
So-
yeah.
Anyway, we should probably.
yes.
Yes,
Well, this
yes,
was
Say goodnight to
wonderful. Thank
everybody.
you
And-
so much.
Oh.
I've enjoyed it.
Peg, it's
Oh,
been an absolute delight.
The hour flew by.
Yes,
It
it
did.
did.
We,
And for those of you who are going there, you have not missed the vice presidential debate. It is on. In
That's
20
right.
Minutes.
Yes.
and
Yes.
I'll post some links in the streams afterward with where to find Peg and where to find us.
Yep.
And look up her music because it's great.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very hard to find it now. It's on YouTube, but you can also message me and I can give you more information on Facebook.
Yes, and
Peg Espinola.
and do check out her CDs because they are wonderful.
Oh, thank
So-
you.
Yeah,
As are yours.
Thank you.
thank you.
So good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye all. Thanks, Peg.